Are you wondering if the Sony Zv-1 cameras can actually take pictures, not only video? Well, I have some great news for you. All these three models can actually take pictures as well, not only movies basically. And actually, I think this camera is actually really good for taking pictures as well. First, you get actually a decent screen on this camera, and also the lens actually is pretty good. On the Mark 1 Zv-1, at least you get really good lens. So it starts from 24 to 70 millimeters in the range, I think, or 74, I'm not sure. But anyway, check out the aperture basically. So the maximum is actually 2.8 and that's at those 70 millimeter. On the ZV-1 Mark II, you actually get a worse lens than this. So if you want the best lens on this camera, really go for the original Mark 1 ZV-1 basically. I think that ZV-1 Mark II is really more aimed for like video work, because it has like more wider lens basically at 60 millimeters. By the way, these sizes I'm talking about are for this 1-inch sensor. When you, for example, compare the size to the like APS-C cameras, it's actually equivalent to around 16 to 50 millimeters. So it's actually quite standard as on other Sony cameras. And for the picture modes, you can see we do get quite a bunch of stuff here. Obviously do get this nice flippy screen here as well. And basically you can shoot everything in manually here as well. So not only auto, but the auto mode I think also is pretty decent on this camera. And when we actually go in the settings, also you can adjust the settings like this in the photo mode, so it's very easy to overview. Also on this camera we do get really good stabilization as well. So when you actually take pictures, so even at those 70 millimeter, yep, so it's actually really good, and I can shoot pretty much everything handheld basically. By the way, this also has got this clear image zoom, so if you enable that, you can even zoom even further, up to like 2 times. So the lens actually becomes literally like 140 millimeter lens on this camera if you actually use that clear image zoom. And that clear image zoom on the Sony cameras is actually really good, so there's pretty much like zero loss of quality when you enable it. So they're doing some kind of magic. So overall, yeah, I think for taking pictures this camera is really good. Oh, also you do get a hot shoe mount here as well, so you could use a flash like flash as well. Obviously it doesn't have inbuilt flash, but yeah, overall, if you want to take pictures, I think this is a really good camera, especially the original ZV-1 basically. The ZV-1 basically Mark II I think is a bit worse because of that worse lens, and the ZV-1F has got like the fixed lens actually, so maybe not the best for pictures really. So out of all these three, I would definitely go for the ZV-1 original one. So it's a bit older camera, but I think also the price is really good on this camera. Personally, I paid 240 euros for this, or like $250 for this camera in used market, and it looks pretty much like brand new. And you do get absolute great lens on this as well. If you want to purchase like an APS-C camera, you do get like a terrible kit lens on this one, and you need to spend like maybe like $300 or $400 on a lens. So you are looking to spend like a minimum of $1,000 or euros to get like the cheapest Sony camera that can take good pictures. This one in the user market, there are plenty of them, and again they're very cheap, and yeah, I think this is really good camera. Overall, great job Sony. See you.